Finn uses them for his nose hair trimming. No, he doesn't.
You gotta get the big puffy pants.
Parachute pants?
Yeah. I'm not gonna do it.
He's gonna do the joke.
No.
He's a stud. Beep, beep. What a stud. You're such a stud. Today we're going to talk to you about tools, and not just any tools. These are the basic tools that every homeowner should have on hand in their house.
And now you may be thinking, I don't necessarily love to do projects. A lot of times I hire the professionals, but even if that's not the case, there are times when you have maintenance, you have emergencies, and there are simple things to do around the house where just having all these essentials will make your life very easy.
So let's get to it. Let's talk about everything that you need in your toolbox.
So one of the critical things to have, tape measure. This comes up pretty much every single day if you're doing projects. Trust me, we go back and forth a lot to the store because we didn't take the time to measure.
And when you do buy a tape measure, we like the 25-foot tape measure. Ones that are retractable, and then ones that lock. So you can lock it and take a measurement. It makes it a lot easier. Next up, you want a screwdriver set. So that means both a flathead screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver. Phillips screwdriver, do you know why it's called Phillips?
Todd Phillips invented it in 1990.
Not Todd, Henry Phillips.
Oh my God, I was close.
Phillips is the slotted screwdriver.
So I call that the pointy one when we started.
The pointy one. The pointy one.
The pointy one. Things need to be tightened. Whether you like it or not, there's so
this.
many times you're gonna need to use this, even if it's just to jimmy open a can of soup. You might need these things. You don't know why.
Don't use it for soup, please.
That would be the flathead, actually.
Yes, then we're moving on to the flathead. You need both of these. The flathead is aptly named. It's got a flat head here. Both of these, dynamic duo, must.
Now, if you'll notice, she's taking all the tools and I'm taking all the sort of life survival items. Flashlight, very critical. What I like to do as well is get one that is high powered, but also has several settings.
Oh, I didn't even know it had settings.
A flashlight is something you need in your home no matter what, and should probably be the first thing you buy if you haven't bought it yet.
And good for ghost stories.
We don't like ghost stories.
Next up, torpedo level. Did you know it's called a torpedo level?
Of course I did.
Oh, this guy knows more than I thought. Everyone needs a level if you're gonna hang anything on your wall, a picture frame, a shelf. You're gonna need a level because you wanna make sure it's straight. I know some phones have levels now and the fancy, but one of these is a must, inexpensive, put it in your toolbox.
Next, safety. This is extremely critical. We recommend two kinds of glasses. These are really cool, but there's also some that are hard plastic that are gonna fully cover your eye, which I highly recommend when you're really doing something a little more intense. And then also gloves, very critical. I mean, my hands get cut up when we're doing projects, whether big or small.
Okay, next, an adjustable wrench. That's this bad boy right here. Any sort of plumbing project, you're going to need a wrench. And even if you don't have any plumbing projects on the books, if your faucet is leaky, if you have a leak somewhere, you need to grab this so you can turn off the water. Make it bigger, make it smaller. Now moving on to pliers, and we have a few different kinds of pliers. They all have different names, but stick with us here. First, needle nose pliers.
Aptly named.
Yes, they've got like a little nose on them, and these are so good to get nails out of the wall. Moving on to slip joint pliers. These are so great because you can change the sizing on them.
Finally, a channel lock pliers, similar to that. I prefer these a lot of times because of get the handle, so you can kind of get that really good grip in there to turn things. This is an everyday stud finder. But this is very important if you are going to do simple things, whether it's hanging something with a little bit of weight to it.
If you hang anything on the wall, you need to know if there's a stud behind it. So I always whip out the stud finder so then I know if I need an anchor and screw or just a screw to hang something. So, ooh.
MC hammer time. So, hammers, very crucial. Sometimes you just want to pop a hole in a wall, just take it out, let your anger out. No?
I wouldn't use a hammer for that necessarily.
I wouldn't either. If you are going to hang something, you're going to use nails, obviously. You're going to use a hammer, but again, getting into earlier, Having this in the back really helps you. You can use it to kind of leverage things open if you don't have a crowbar.
Yeah, so you want a hammer with a little bit of weight to it, because you're supposed to hold a hammer at the bottom and then tap it this way and let the weight of the tool do the work.
Another critical item that you're definitely going to need in your house, no matter what, even if you never intend to hang a picture or swing a hammer, is a utility knife or razor. So I like the ones that have a very strong metal base where the top flips up and then can cleanly be stored away. And even if you don't intend to use it around the house, it's shopping season. Those boxes are coming. A lot of times you get tired, you got so many things that
Open.
Yes.
Moving on to hardware. Now, I've got some anchors and screws over here, and whenever you're hanging anything on the wall, you're gonna accumulate so many anchors and screws. So what we've done is we got this handy dandy toolbox.
Yes, we
to
did.
store them all. And they used to just be a huge mess in our garage. Now we have different compartments for everything.
Warning people, this is not a drill. This is real.
This is a drill though.
That's a drill.
We're talking about the drill. So I know what you're thinking, like a power drill in the basic toolbox? Like Casey, that seems like a lot. But every homeowner needs a drill. It just comes in handy for absolutely everything. And you also need to make sure that you buy drill bits, because your drill's no good without the bit.
And it's kind of like that first little taste. It's a lot of fun when you use it. I mean, it's a lot easier to get things out as well. And once you start to use it and realize how comfortable you can be with it, maybe you will start to do a project or two. Where do we put all this stuff?
In a toolbox. That's my toolbox stand.
In a toolbox. I'm a very organized person, so it's important that you stay organized so that you know what you're looking for when you need it. And in this case, we have a handy toolbox. We still keep most of these things together because we do treat it as our everyday kit.
Tools 101. These are the basic tools that we think every homeowner should own. Let's put these tools away. The family that DIYs together stays together.